you're out of breath, you always are speaking so eloquently and so quickly.
I speak so quickly.
Well, I have to interject really quick, take a deep pause. How beautiful do you look tonight? Gorgeous as always.
You
Lisa
are
Robertson.
so kind. Do I owe you money?
I need some little bit of money after
No,
that.
I'm kidding.
Just kidding. Thank you so much for having me
you're
on
so
tonight.
kind.
It's nice to see you.
Dr. Will Kirby is a gentleman that I know that you've seen on, you know, Dr. 90210 and the doctors, and the list goes on and on. But he is a board-certified dermatologist.
That's correct.
He's a gentleman who's been in the business a while, although I know he looks very young. But one of the reasons he looks young is what we're talking about here.
Exactly.
This is a great idea from Neutrogena Dermatologics. And Neutrogena Dermatologics this is a company that is about serious science, a lot of research, the best people in the business working on it. This is the one item that they've worked a long time on, and they really started with is this amazing item, right?
That's correct. Neutrogena is the #1 dermatology recommended brand in the world, and Neutrogena Dermatologics is their advanced science division. So
yeah.
I'm really happy that they asked me to be part of this.
And this is one that is going to be based on something very, very important. By the way, if you already use this, we'd love to talk to you.
Please.
Our testimonial line is 1-800-395-1601. If you haven't used it, don't move, because we can give you one thing to, again, make a big difference in your skincare. It is available on Easy Pay, which is 2 payments of under $1 a day. Plus, of course, you can get it on auto delivery. Auto delivery, I believe, only has shipping and handling your first time. I'll double check on that. Oh, I'm good. I'm right. I love it when I'm right. But this is actually based on a proprietary blending of 2 ingredients,
exactly.
right?
It's a proprietary formulation of 2 patented technologies. One of those is called Tetrol E. Tetrol E firms, tightens. It gives you a more youthful appearance to your skin.
That sounds good. Everything in there sounds
that
really,
alone
really
is
good.
great. And the powerhouse is called retinol. Now, retinols are very well known in the dermatology community. The difference here is this one's stabilized, because retinols themselves are rather unstable.
Right.
And there's a lot of products out there that have retinols that are really low quality, and as a result, you don't get the benefits of them. So in this formulation, it's very, very stable.
Is that one of the reasons that in a lot of cases women tend to try to get a prescription type item for a retinol, which can be kind of expensive? But,
sure, absolutely.
But, I mean, this is going to be stabilized, so you know you're going to get those results. You know you're going to get what you want from a retinol.
That's a great way to think of it.
Without having to go to somebody, get a prescription, wonder how much that is.
I mean, I do have to say, this is not a prescription grade. You don't have to have a prescription grade for it, you know, but this is as close as you can get in my mind.
Excellent. And this is also something you were talking about that you believe heavily in retinols. And it's something that if somebody is serious about anti-aging, if you talk to a doctor and they're serious about anti-aging, you said you believe every one of them is going to say retinol, but it has to be the right one.
If you go to 10 dermatologists will tell you you have to use a retinol on your skin. And I always tell people, I give this simple analogy. To stop a car, you have to put your foot on the brake. First, you have to take your foot off the gas. Taking your foot off the gas is wearing a sunblock every day, and putting your foot on the brake is wearing a retinol every single night. Before you do anything else, before you do makeup, before you do anything else, you have to use sunblock every single day, retinol every single night.
And so this is something I'm going to cleanse, then I'm going to put this on. Do I need a moisturizer over it?
Take one step back. Cleanse, let your face air dry.
Okay.
This dispenses the exact amount you need. Pea-size amount.
Okay.
Covers your entire face.
Oh, don't move. There you go. Okay.
So dab, 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 thin layer to the entire face.
Okay.
Happy anchor motion is what I tell people.
There you go.
Thin layer to the whole face. If you want to use it during the day, you can. Then you simply apply your sunblock and makeup on top of it. I use it at night. That's just personally when I do it.
And you were talking about how, again, depending on your skin type,
smells great.
Some people, that's another thing, it does smell good, that some people will see, they'll feel a little tingling when they put it on, they might see a little redness when they put it on, and you're saying that that's a good thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for reminding me about that. You might have a little bit of irritation, a little bit of redness, a little bit of warmth, a little bit of tingliness. That's very, very normal. What happens is the surface cells of skin, the surface cell turnover is about 57 days.
Yes.
That means a cell that's born today will fall off your skin in about 57 days, sloughs off, somewhere 35 to 57 days. This increases that surface cell turnover, and as a result, you see more youthful skin. It's visibly younger skin.
Wow.
So it is visible in the sense that you will be a little bit irritated, a little bit of red, a little bit of peeliness. That's very normal. You might not have it if you have an oily complexion like myself. If you live in a really humid climate, Miami, Texas, you might not see as much irritation, but you will acclimate to that irritation very, very well no matter what. So
and you were saying that's kind of something you like to see.
I like to see that. Then I know that it's working. So I tell people, if you're getting too much irritation, simply start using it every other night.
Okay.
You'll acclimate to that irritation, and it'll go away over the course of a few weeks.
Well, you know, I think it's interesting because the older I get, the more willing I am to do the extreme. In the interest of personal appearance.
Okay.
And every woman, I think, feels the same way. You know, if somebody would have told me a couple of years ago that I ever would have had someone put Botox in my face, I would have told them that they were smoking something.
Okay.
And now I'm like, no, that sounds like a great idea to me. I really have no issue with that. I
understand.
So, you know, I think we are willing, women are willing to belly up to the bar, so to speak, with little irritation if we're going to get the great results.
Keep in mind,
When you have someone like you who has so much knowledge, studies it every day, uses it yourself, that's a huge thing. You know you're going to be getting those great results.
Well, it's not just me. Let me tell you, a study was done, and this is a study that was viewed by dermatologists. There's a lot of studies that are clinical studies that are patient studies, and people who use the product judge it, but those studies tend to have higher percentages of people liking the product.
Those are consumer studies.
Exactly. This was a dermatology study with board-certified dermatologists to get their opinion, and they tend to have
tough.
They're tough. They have a very accurate opinion. They're not going to endorse something and make themselves look bad if it isn't good. One of the statistics that jumps out at me, it's absolutely it's an enormous statistic. 92% of users after 8 weeks, the dermatologists who judged them showed improvement in crow's lines around the eyes, crow's feet, fine lines around the eyes. 92% of dermatologists. So that's an incredible statistic. That's after 8 weeks, because we talked about that 57-day cycle. It takes a good 57 days for any product you're going to use to really see that big difference. Now, at 4 weeks, you start to see improvement in stubborn lines and wrinkles, but it's really that 57-day period when you start to see a big, big difference.
You know, when I think of the retinol in this, I think of this as really something that does the heavy lifting in anti-aging. You know, I mean, there's a lot of things that are going to be great. This is the heavy lifting.
That's a great way to put it. The way I think of it is, the analogy I make is, if we're trying to build a house here, and the foundation of that house has to be the strongest part of it. So that foundation consists of 2 really simple things: sunblock every day, retinol every single night. It's really simple. That's the foundation to this house we're trying to build.
And I have to tell you, this has not really been on that long here on QVC, and it has sold out a number of